Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another week of yoga. Stay firm. Sending that right foot back. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Alexis Faye Yoga. I'm so very glad that you've decided to join me today. Today's class, we are going to be building up to our eagle pose. So we will be working on our shoulders. We'll be working a little bit of legs and working balance, as well as some twists and rotations. It'll be a nice fun class, and we will build up slowly to that pose. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. That helps me out so very much, and it helps you get more yoga content like this from me. We're going to begin our class today by laying flat on our stomachs on the mat. We'll turn the head to one side or the other, taking the arms alongside the body, pointing the palms up to the ceiling, and taking a few deep breaths here. Noticing how as the lungs fill, they're pressing against the ground below us, and we're getting some expansion across to the rib cage behind us. We'll gently lift the chin, turning the head the other direction and setting the side of the face down. Continuing a few more breaths here. Lifting the head again, we'll take the eyes so we're looking out in front of us. Rolling the shoulders forward like we're slumping them towards the floor. We're going to lift our hands and arms up off the mat. Doesn't have to be much. Starting slow. And we'll set them back down. With our next inhale, lifting the arms up off the mat again, this time maybe lifting them a little bit higher towards the ceiling. Focusing on rolling those shoulders forward. And again, exhale to soften them down. One last time, rolling the shoulders forward and lifting the wrists up off the mat. We'll bring the hands to the small of the back behind us. We can either press the backs of the hands into the low back here. We can grab for fingertips, wrists, elbows, whatever feels right. Holding here for a little bit. Releasing the arms, bringing them out in front of us again. We'll bring them underneath the shoulder blades. With our inhale, pressing through the palms and through the tops of the feet, finding a baby cobra. Again, starting small here. We're warming up the spine and the shoulders. Inhale to lift, gently pressing through the hands. Exhale to lower. Maybe with our next couple of breaths, we'll lift the hands up off the mat. Inhale, lifting the chest up. Exhale to soften. Continuing the same movements as before, just not pressing down through the hands. Really warming up the spine. Good. Exhale, softening the chest towards the floor again. We'll take the hands to the outer edges of the mat and then tent up onto the fingertips. So it's lifting our elbows up to the ceiling. And with our inhale again, finding our baby cobra. Exhale to soften. Maybe getting a little bit more lift than we were before. Exhale to soften. One last. Exhale to soften. Good. Bringing the hands in towards the body. We'll take our right arm straight out from the shoulder, dropping the front of the shoulder to the floor, gently pressing through the left hand to help us roll open towards our left side, stretching the front of our right shoulder blade. If you'd like, you can take your toes behind you, or you can stack the legs. Again, being gentle. We're still in a warm-up. With our next exhale, nice and slow, rolling onto our stomachs. Sliding the right hand in, left arm out straight from the shoulder. Shoulder drops to the mat. Eyes turn towards the right side, gently pressing through the right hand. And rolling open towards our right side. Moving back to center. And bring the left hand in. We'll press down through both hands, tucking the toes under, pressing up to a plank pose, and then sending the hips up and back behind us, down dog. Warming up the legs however you'd like. We can pedal them out. We're gonna add a little twist. And we'll walk the hands one step closer towards the feet. Another step closer towards the feet. And walking our way all the way in. Inhale, finding a half high, taking the eyes out in front of us. Exhale, softens us forward, forward fold. With an inhale, reaching tall to the ceiling. And an exhale brings the arms down to our sides. Wiggling out. And we'll bring the feet a little further apart than our mountain pose. Moving through some happy elephants, finding a little rotation, continuing to warm up the spine, letting the arms out long and sway side to side, lifting the back heel as we turn. The arms are running out of momentum, coming to rest by our side, bringing our feet back into a comfortable position to our hips. We're going to find a little bit of balance here with our tree pose. So we've got a couple options. You can bring the heel to the ankle, And drop our toes down as our kickstands. We can bring the foot up to the leg below the knee, or we can bring the foot up above the knee, just not on the knee. Pressing down through the left foot, through the heels and through the toes. Taking a few deep breaths. We'll take our arms out to our T, stretching the fingertips long. We'll take the arms up to the ceiling, reaching tall. And we'll circle the arms back behind us, grabbing for opposite wrist or elbow or forearm, and gently lifting through the chest. Bringing the arms back around to a comfortable spot. And we'll gently let the right leg come away from the left. Wiggling out a little, resetting. And this time moving our weight into our right foot, picking up the left and finding whatever variation to our tree pose. Feels comfortable. Feels doable. Taking our arms out to a T again. Wiggling the fingers, reaching away. Taking the arms up overhead, tall to the ceiling. And we'll circle the arms around. Again, finding the wrist, forearm, elbow. And gently opening through the chest. Letting go of the arms and taking the right leg away from the left. Wiggling out through the body. We'll make our way to the top of the mat. With a nice big inhale, reaching up to the ceiling. Exhale, hinging at the waist, forward fold. Inhale, half high. Exhale, fold. Softening the top of the head towards the floor again. Wiggling out through the hips. We're gonna find a little sway side to side, so you can keep your fingertips down and walk back and forth if you would like, or grab for opposite elbows and sway. With our next exhale, we'll come back through center. Inhale, half high. Exhale, fold. Releasing the hands down to the floor. We'll step or hop our way to our plank. Taking a few breaths to press down through the fingertips. And we can chaturanga, or we can drop our knees and soften towards the floor. Inhale, finding a baby cobra. Exhale, softening towards the floor. Tucking the toes, pressing up and back, down dog. Wiggling out some more through the lower body. to the mat. Tabletop. So wrists are under shoulders, knees are under hips, or wherever they feel comfortable. Pressing down through the tops of the feet. We'll move with our breath. And inhale, taking the tailbone and the eyes up towards the ceiling as we drop the stomach towards the mat. Exhale, curling in towards center, arching up through the spine, back and forth. Back through center, flattening out the spine. We'll take the knees to the outer edges of the mat, and we can bring the big toes into touch or point in towards each other. Our left hand will scooch towards the center of the mat, finding a tripod between the left hand and both knees. With an inhale, we'll take the right arm up to the ceiling. With our next big exhale, threading the right arm through the left arm, left leg, bringing the shoulder and side of face towards the floor. We have two options here. We can soften the left shoulder down towards the mat and get a little bit of a stretch across the back of our right shoulder, or we can press down through the left hand and find a little bit more rotation through the spine. Pressing down through the left hand, unthreading the right and sending it back up. With a big exhale, we'll bring it down to center. Taking a moment or two to reset. Scooching the right hand into our tripod. Inhale, taking the left arm up. And a nice big exhale threads the left arm through the right arm, right leg. Side of face comes down. And again, we have the same options as the other side. We can soften the right shoulder down towards the floor, or we can tent onto the fingertips and add a little rotation. Again, pressing down through the right hand, unthreading the left, sending it up tall, and back down. Bringing the knees under the hips again. And taking the hands one step out in front of us. We'll tuck the toes under, sending it up and back behind us. The left leg will extend behind. And we'll circle the ankle out one way and around to the other. Bringing that left foot forward to step up to the hands with as many steps as you need. We'll find a full breath in even larger breath back out. Pressing down through the left foot with a nice big inhale. Reaching the arms towards the ceiling, warrior one. Putting a bend into the left leg, reaching tall. Circling the arms behind the back. We'll pull the shoulder blades in to kiss at the spine and gently lift the chest. Bringing the arms around, taking them out wide to our T. And we'll bring them out in front of the body, crossing and giving us a big old hug. If you'd like, you can tuck the chin towards the chest and roll through the spine, bringing the elbows a little closer towards that left knee, or you can stay lifted with the eyes out in front. Releasing the arms, and we'll frame out the left foot, sending that left leg back to our plank pose. Option 2, chaturanga to the floor, or drop the knees, soften forward. Inhale to a baby cobra or an up dog. And to our down dog. This time the right leg reaches behind. And we'll circle the ankle out one way. And the other. Right foot steps towards the hands. Finding a full breath in. And a full breath out. Pressing through the right foot. Inhale, warrior one. Circling the arms behind the body, pulling the shoulder blades back and into the spine, lifting the chest. Circling the arms out to our T, reaching with the fingertips. And bring the arms to hug the body. Again, we have an option to keep the eyes straight forward, or we can roll in through the spine, softening a little closer to the left, to the right knee. With an inhale, releasing the arms and framing out the right foot. Sending it back to our plank pose. Holding here. Softening to the floor. Baby cobra. And our down dog. Bringing the hands one step closer in towards the toes. And we'll walk the rest of the way in. Inhale, finding a half high. Exhale to fold. Inhale, tall to the ceiling. Exhale, hands come beside the body. Wiggling out some more, making our way towards the top of the mat. A big inhale reaches us up to the ceiling. Exhale, hinging at the waist, forward fold. Inhale, half high. Exhale, fold. We're going to put as much of a bend to the legs as we need to bring the hands down towards the floor, giving us a little bit of added balance here. We're going to move our weight into our left foot, picking up the right, sending it back behind us, and dropping it to the floor. Full breath in. Even larger breath back out, pressing through the feet. Inhale, warrior one. Our right hand is going to come out in front of the body. Our left hand will rotate the palm away from us as we take the hand back behind the body, opening up to our left side with a little bit of a twist. Bringing the shoulders towards the front of the mat, and then taking the arms up, warrior one. Lifting and rotating open to our warrior two. Extending out through the left leg, taking it towards straight, sending the hips behind us. We'll reach the left hand towards the top of our mat before softening the hand towards the left leg, taking the right arm up. Inhale, we'll float the body back up. Picking up those left toes, we'll wiggle them around before pivoting them to match our right toes. Hinging at the waist for our wide-legged forward fold. Nodding the head yes. Shaking the head no. Hands will extend one pace out in front of the toes. And we're going to move our weight forward and back, shifting out towards the hands, pressing into them, and then sending our hips behind us as we press through the heels, extending long through the upper body to the fingertips. So rocking the forward and back. We'll stretch out the backs of the legs and then the insides of the legs, moving at whatever pace feels right to you, or moving with the breath. Shifting our weight back into our legs to help us walk the hands into a more neutral place. With an inhale, finding a half high, flattening out the back. Exhale, forward fold, dropping the top of the head towards the floor. With our next inhale, finding a half high again, so we have some weight in the hands to help us heel toe the feet into center. Once you find a comfortable spot, an inhale will help us find a half high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching tall to the ceiling. Exhale, bring the hands down beside the body. Wiggling out some more as we make our way back to the top of the mat. Inhale, reaching tall. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half high. Exhale, fold. Putting as much of a bend to the knees as we need to put a little bit of weight in the hands. We'll shift our weight into our right foot, picking up our left, extending it back behind the body, and slowly we'll lower it to the floor. Full breath in. Even larger breath back out, pressing down through the feet. Inhale, warrior one. Lifting and rotating to our warrior two. Lengthening out through the right leg, sending the hips behind us, reaching the right arm out in front of the body before bringing the right hand to the leg, taking the left arm to the ceiling. Inhale, floating the body back up. And we'll lift up those right toes, wiggling them out before turning them to the side of the mat. Heel toeing into center. And we're gonna sit down on the floor. So from our crisscross applesauce here, we're going to extend one leg out to the side, bringing the bottom of the foot down so we have a little space beneath our leg. Rotating, lifting and moving the left leg in a little bit more towards center, so knee lines up with belly button. And we're gonna find some internal rotation to the hips. So we can bring our right leg here beside our left. We can take the right leg across our left, or we can take it across and bring the knees together, pointing through the toes and sitting up tall. With our exhale, we'll soften a little bit closer to the knees. Inhale to lift up again. And we're going to act like our spine is a wave. Exhale, softening a little further forward, dropping the chin to the chest, rolling up the spine. And repeating it a few times, softening down, rolling back up. Good, and inhale brings us nice and tall again. We'll bring the arms behind us to help take some of the weight out of our legs. And gently walking the right leg out from the body. And sliding the left out from underneath. We'll take both legs out in front of us, sitting up tall through the spine, and with our exhale, hinging forward. Sitting tall again. And we're going to bring the bottom of the left foot down to the floor. Bringing the right foot in like we're going to crisscross applesauce. And then lifting the right foot and bringing the knee in line with the belly button. Again, we have an option to slide the left foot in here, staying on the inside of our right knee. We can take the left foot across to the outside of our knee, or we can soften the knees together, flexing through the toes. With our exhale, softening a little bit closer towards the legs. And like before, we'll find our spinal wave. Exhale, softening closer. Inhale to roll up the spine. Inhale, bringing us back up again. Taking the hands behind us, and we'll slowly unwind the legs. Extending the legs out long, and we'll take them to more of a straddle pose. We can take a hand to each leg, or we can reach them out a little further. We can reach the hands out in front of the body towards center. Whatever feels right. Finding a little bit of a stretch here. Walking the hands back into the body. And we'll bring the legs in as well. Circling the legs around, so we make our way to our tabletop. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And back and forth a few times between our cat and cow. Inhale, taking the tailbone and the eyes up, softening the stomach towards the floor. Exhale, arching up through the spine, rolling the chin to the chest and the tailbone under. Back and forth a few more times. Back to our tabletop again. We'll take the hands one step further away from the knees, tucking the toes under. The hips will go up and back behind us for our down dog. Bringing the hands one step closer in towards the toes, sending the hips up and back behind us again, down through the heels. Walking the hands the rest of the way into the legs. And with an inhale, we'll find our half high. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lifting tall to the ceiling. And with our exhale, pressing down through the feet, we'll send the hips back behind us, bending through the legs, chair pose. Inhale to stand up nice and tall again. Picking up the right foot, we'll take it in front of the body, dropping the toes down. We will make a C shape with the body by reaching the right hand up over and over to our left side. Coming back through center, lifting the spine tall, bringing the right foot in. Picking up the left, taking it towards our right side, dropping the toes down, reaching the left hand over towards our right side. And an inhale brings the spine tall again, and left leg in. Wiggling out through the body. Our next pose is our eagle pose. So we're gonna add a little bit of everything that we've been practicing together today to find it. So we have a few variations. Our eagle pose, I will just show you so you can see what variation you may be thinking. We bring the leg around. We bring the arm around. And soften a little lower. Beautiful. So it is a variation to our tree pose. We'll move our weight into our left foot. We can take the right foot and wrap it around if we can, if that feels doable. We can drop the right toes down to the floor, so we've still got a little bit of rotation, but we've got our kickstand down. We can bend a little further through the hips to fully wrap the right foot to the back of the left foot. And that's for the legs. For the arms, we'll extend the arms out long, reaching with the fingertips. Bring the arms in so the elbow and the inner elbow match. We can bring the backs of the hands together, or we can wrap the fronts of the hands together. Either variation will lift the elbows up so that they're in line with the shoulders, so we can look past the arms straight out in front of us. So let's put it all together. Wiggling out through the legs, softening a little bit through the hips, so sending them back behind us, moving our weight into our left foot, picking up the right, and we'll find whatever variation to the legs feels good to us today. Taking the arms out wide, we'll bring the left arm in first, swooping the right underneath, bringing backs of hands or fronts of hands together, elbows up, and looking past the wrists. So it's a little bit of a balance, a little bit of a twist. It's all the good stuff. Holding for a few breaths. Extending through the legs, unwrapping the legs first, and then unwrapping the arms. Wiggling out through the body. Taking as much time as you need to reset. All right, other side. Putting a bend to the hips. Moving our weight into our right foot. Picking up the left. Finding whatever variation on this side. You may notice that the hips are different. And one side you might have your toes down, the other side you might have fully wrapped. But focusing on sending the hips down to help with our center of gravity. Taking the arms out wide, right arm comes in first, left arm swoops underneath. Elbows in line with shoulders, looking past the wrists. With an inhale, gently standing up, unwrapping the legs, and taking the arms out wide. Releasing them down, and we'll move to a star pose. Taking the feet about 1.5 to 2 times hips distance apart, pointing the toes away from the body. We'll take the arms reaching out, expanding through the fingertips, lifting the chest, and taking some more breaths here. With an exhale, swan diving the chest forward for a wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, half high. Exhale, fold. And again, inhale, half high. Pressing through the fingertips, heel toeing in the legs. We're gonna make our way down to the mat, laying flat on our backs. Pointing the toes away from us. We'll circle the arms up overhead and again reaching away from the body. Full body stretch. We'll circle the arms in and walk the bottoms of the feet towards the hips. Lifting the hips up off the mat, rolling the whole pelvis under and setting the hips back down. So we should be nice and flat against the mat now. We're going to hug the left knee into the chest and extend the right leg long in front of the body. If you'd like, you can find some hip circles here by placing the left palm on top of the knee, circling the knee out to the side and towards the body and around. Or you can stay here, hugging that left knee into the body. We'll bring that left knee back in for another squeeze to the chest, before taking it across our right side towards the right side of our mat and finding a little gentle twist here. We'll take the arms out to a T, and the eyes can turn towards the left hand if you'd like, or they can stay up to the ceiling. Untwisting the body. We'll bring the left knee back in for another big hug. Before switching legs, left goes long, right comes in. We have options to find our hip circles on this side or to stay hugging the knee in. Bringing the right knee back to the chest, and then taking the right knee across to the left side of the mat. Bringing the arms to a T, and the eyes might turn towards the right hand. Untwisting through the body again. Bringing the right knee in to hug to the chest. We'll bring the left leg up as well, squeezing both in. You can find a little rocking side to side, or you can find a little stillness here, squeezing the legs in. And then when you're ready, you can release the legs and make your way to a Savasana. Finding a spot that's comfortable to you today. Pausing and grabbing any props that you need. And we'll find a few moments of peace, quiet, and stillness here. Closing the eyes and taking a large breath in through the nose. Feeling the chest and abdomen lift as they fill with air. Exhale, squeezing the air back out of the body, fully releasing all of that air out before starting fresh with a new breath. With each exhale, we'll allow the body to still and to grow heavy as we soften a little further into our relaxation. Taking this time to quiet the mind. At least let it fall to the back of the mind. So the thing that we're currently thinking about now is the breath. Large breath in through the nose and release it out as a sigh. inviting some movement back into the body, wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes. When you feel ready, we'll roll to one side and take a few moments of gratitude here. Thanking yourself for taking this time out of your day to refocus both body, breath, and mind into this present moment. For taking this time to fully be yourself, fully be in your body, and to focus on the breath. Give yourself a nice big mental hug and tell yourself that you're proud of you. You did that. And I'm proud of you too. And then you can make your way to seated. We'll drop one hand down to the mat beside us, taking the other arm up and over the body. Cartwheeling through center and reaching to the other side. Coming back to center again, and we'll close the eyes one last time. Taking another large breath in through the nose and releasing it out as a sigh. Thank you so very much for joining me today. It is always such a joy and an honor to get to spend this time with you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Go in love and light. Namaste.